Well, welcome everybody to our weekly Jets of Time race. My name is Proccy. I'm here with TBG. Sorry to jump on you like that, TBG, but we're ready to go.
Oh, are we? All right, awesome.
Yeah, so we have a four-way Lost Worlds race for you today between Raster Cecil. You may know him better as Ansky. He's the lead developer of Jets of Time. With him also racing Cthulhu Crisis, UnqualifiedKoala, and Kalarse.
And the race today is just going to be a race seed. Not this again. Lost World seed. There we go. I got it. I got it this time.
Yeah, it's a different mode that we sometimes play, and for the most part, it limits a little bit of what you can do. But we'll get a little more into that as we progress here. And our racers are nearly ready to go. All right, looks like everyone's ready to go, so let's go. It's gonna be a lot of fun to watch. It's one of my favorite categories to play, and again, yeah, we will get a little more into that as we go along. Essentially, what you need to know is that Lost Worlds is just a little more limiting, so like you start with without 600 and 1000.
Remember, sirs, you start in 2300 right above the Keeper's Dome, and you kind of sort of go from there. Looks like we're starting with Ayla and Frog this time around. That's kind of an interesting group.
Yeah, not my favorite, personally. They have a couple of good healing techs that they can pull off with each other, but you're not really looking at like a savage attack that you can pull off with them.
Not really, but I mean, Frog could get set up if we're lucky with the Grand Leon and maybe even the Hero Badge, which turns him into a bit of a dynamo as far as attacking goes.
It looks like we may have something happening on Raster Cecil's side here. I mean, it could just be a stream delay, and I'm a little new at this, so I don't know how to fix that yet. May appear that he's behind, but I'm not really sure how it looks in real time. And yeah, the first thing he's going to do is do what everyone else did, check out Protodome. Well, nearly everyone else did that, but what you want to do is go in there pretty much right away, because you're going to be able to find a third character just waiting for you. Yeah, we saw earlier Frog does have water too. That's just going to help you breeze right through this encounter. Typically in a Lost World seed, this is going to be your first encounter. At least it's always mine. I always come in here first. to get that fourth character, or sorry, third character. And yeah, look, we have Robo. How nice is that?
Yeah, again, that just kind of adds to it because we have like
And the next, typically the next step in one of these seeds is to go get the other character, which is up on Dactyl Nest. So we are, again, limited to these time periods. We don't have 600, we don't have 1000, so anything that you would find there is locked out of Lost Worlds mode, at least until the very end when you, say if you kill Zeal 2, you will afterwards be able to access those time periods, but that's only if you have the Z flag off. So in Lost Worlds, like I said, one of the limitations is going to be that you only have 4 characters to choose from. You're going to find one at the Protodome, and you're going to find one up here on Dactyl Nest as well. So, you know, usually it's a good idea to check out both.
I mean, if you're really crazy and don't care about time, you could, in theory, about endgame hop back to 1600 AD, but I'm not entirely sure why you'd want to do that.
Go ahead.
We have Magus on the Dactyl Nest, so now we have a fairly powerful magic user. So depending upon the other 2 characters we use, we could have a really well-balanced team.
Yeah, agreed. That's a pretty good find, actually. Normally I'm not super stoked on Magus, but you know, with what they have available right now, it's really not a bad option at all.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen the text that everyone else has yet, and that could change the dynamic kind of a lot, especially with Frog if you can't find the gate key to get to end of time.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Of course, yeah, in a Lost World seed, that doesn't quite matter just because magic is automatically learned. Oh, and it looks like Cthulhu Crisis has some kind of glitch happening here in the Protodome. It is a dangerous place to do anything. So anyone's watching this and they want to try out Lost Worlds, just be wary of the Protodome. Save before you go in there and just be careful, because if you get in that fight and you don't mean to, it's possible to actually soft lock the entire area.
I have soft locked no less than 2 times at the Protodome, and once I managed to land in that one spot in the Epoch where you soft lock again. So yeah, the Protodome and me, we're not real good bedfellows right now.
Yeah, I generally, I've been suggesting this for a long time, to rename it. Just something like Glitch Dome, careful.
Troll Dome might work too.
Yeah, anything to just make you, think twice before you do a save. It's an unfortunate sort of side effect of hacking this game in general, because if you've ever talked to a developer or a ROM hacker who has worked on Chrono Trigger, they'll tell you that it's, barely being held together with, duct tape and baling wire, or, any number of cliches that you might hear. So certain rooms like that where you are collecting a new character and they're going into your party, like the game thinks you already have 3 characters in your party because that's what you're supposed to have. And I think just little events like that it just causes trouble.
I actually ended up getting one of those soft locks when I headed to the Enertron right after picking up my Android Ayla, and oh, it looks like all of our runners have ended up in prehistory. Looks like Koala looks like he's getting ready to take on Nisbel possibly.
Yeah, this is something I will typically do first when I play these Lost World seeds. You do get you get an opportunity to grind here, and you get an opportunity to find some really good loot. You can see down here, for example, Raster Cecil is trying to get this Evil Weevil to dig into a secret cave that sometimes will contain the godliest gear in the game. So, bit of a time investment. It can pay off big time, but it can also be a complete waste of time if he doesn't dig, which he's not doing today.
Yeah, it can be kind of a bit of a crapshoot depending upon whether or not you actually get one to dig. I mean, Raster's Weevil, that might be a good hole. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, it is a good hole.
It is. All right, let's see. Let's see what's contained within.
And especially in a Lost World seed, like picking up this extra equipment as you go can make a huge difference, especially in a race, because the seeds tend to be a little gear starved. You don't have as much access to as many shops and stuff like that, and there's just fewer chests in general. So you do want to take advantage of the chests you do have access to.
Although as far as weapons go anyway, I'm not entirely sure this group needs it. I've been peeking over a Koala stream, and we have Triple Kick, we have Shock, and it looks like we have Dark Matter with Megas, so...
Yeah, boy. They don't really need weapons.
No, Megas is a little teeny tiny bit underpowered with just Dark Bomb, but he'll learn more. Ayla and Robo, they're ready to go.
Yeah, it'd be nice to throw a good arm on Robo, but with Shock and if they can get something mid-tier for his arm, he should be pretty formidable. And it's a bit of a toss-up between Frog and Robo. Like, Robo's going to be able to give you a little higher damage output, and, he might even have some better dual tech with Ayla. And both Frog and Robo heal, of course. So, Robo has his heal beam, and Frog has heal. And those are really, really good techs to have when you're playing one of these seeds.
I think the deciding factor is actually going to be whether or not we find the Grand Leon or not.
So here's the thing. In Lost Worlds, we actually don't look at most of that tracker. It's just because that's a standard thing. But so when we play with Emo Tracker and we have our Lost Worlds tracker, there's actually only 5 key items on it because that's all you actually have access to. So all they're going to be able to find here is the Chrono Trigger, the clone, the Ruby Knife, the Dreamstone, and the Pendant, and that's it. Only 5 items. So it's possible that, say, after they go through the end game, they might get access to the other time periods, but I don't think we're going to see any of that today.
I did notice that Nisbel has the Dreamstone.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
And so we have Koala moving on into the Aurus Dome. He found his ethers. Looks like he's going with... attempting to go with Taco Strats, possibly.
Yeah, typically the only thing you don't want to find here, because like I said, there's only 5 key items. Like, you're going to be happy with anything except the pendant, sort of. So when you find the pendant, you can still use it. You can charge it up. You can go open those sealed chests, but it's not a common play. You do see it sometimes. But typically when I'm playing a Lost World Seed, I don't even want to see the pendant. I just want to see fast go mode items.
Yeah, the pendant is kind of a toss-up for me because, like, let's say you go and charge it up. Like the sealed door in the Aris Dome, I'm not going to check. It's just too far out of the way. But like the sealed door in the Tran Dome, in the Banger Dome, I'll hit those up just to see, and they're reasonably easy and quick checks.
Yeah, it is pretty quick. And of course you start with access to 12,000 BC, so like you just go straight up to the Zeal Palace or whatever and charge up that pendant. That's another thing to keep in mind while we're watching these players. Someone may choose to just go to Mount Woe right away. That's going to be another location for a key item here.
Yeah, that's one of my strats is early Mount Woe, but I kind of want to see if we do end up getting the pendant, and if we do, if anyone's going to take the time to go up and charge it. It's probably also worth noting that when you're going to go up to charge the pendant, it's a great time to check that new shop.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If you see something nice there, you know that, it's probably expensive, and again, in a Lost World Seed, gold is another thing that is just, there's less of it, so if you do that kind of early shop check, figure out what you want to buy, and then maybe you do a bit of grinding to come up with the proceeds.
Yeah, although like this group, I remember one time I went to the news shop and they were selling prism dresses, and that was a long grinding session to get all the money for my girl power seed.
Oh yeah, 65,000 I believe.
Yeah, something like that, like 62, 65. Koala took out the guard droid, whatever
Guardian.
that is. I forget the name.
Yeah.
Yes, he took out the Guardian and is now chasing that stupid rat.
Yeah, this can be a bit of a frustrating sequence. Even after, many run-throughs myself, I'll sometimes just get caught up on something and not able to catch them in time. It's a bit of a pain.
I don't know, like for 3.1, can we slow down the rat, or maybe have the dead guy have the combination on the note or something like that?
Something like that.
Because like me, I play with a Buffalo controller, which is basically a Super Nintendo controller, and sometimes it could be a bit of a pain in the butt to actually catch that rat.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a funny trick with him, of course. You can actually catch him on the very first frame that you see him. It's a very tricky thing to pull off, but it actually costs time in the end. So, don't recommend it. Purely for swag.
I don't know, man. There is something to be said about swag.
Oh, Moon Blizzard brings up a good point. We should be rewarded for that.
Agreed. I don't know, if you pull it off, maybe it'll give you some super extra awesome high tier item.
Heck, I would just take a full tonic. I'd be happy.
Dipwood did make a good point that if you have Negus leading your party, because he has a little bit longer sprite, it is a little bit easier to catch him.
Yeah, that's something we've been thinking about a little bit is do certain characters just have some ability to move faster on the map? And it requires further testing. Because as far as we know, every time you press forward, if you tap forward, you have a random chance of going 1 or 2 pixels forward. So there just may be a pattern somewhere with certain characters where they're more likely to go 2 frames rather than 1. And we'll something to look into in the future.
Yeah, like Robo in particular, I know is absolutely terrible to take to the prison sequence because he's just so wide. You can take both of those blue shields.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he just feels wide or if he actually is. I think that, honestly, I think all the characters kind of have the same sized hitbox. It just doesn't feel that way, but, you know, Robo does feel slow and, you know, big. It's easy to bump into things. But he is the character you have to use for, like, the Genodome conveyor belt skip sequence. So, you know, I haven't had necessarily had an easier time with other characters doing that skip, and it requires like quite a bit of running. So, you know, we may find out that they all just move at relatively the same exact speed, and they all have the same hitbox, and it's all in our mind.
It would be worth experimenting with just to take a look. On an entirely different note, we have Koala taking on Son of Sun.
Yeah, he is really motoring ahead here. He's been on the cutting edge of this run pretty much the whole time. Though I didn't actually see what he picked up from Eris. Oh, I guess it was the clone. Okay.
All right, so we have the Dreamstone and the clone. So what we're looking for is either the Ruby Knife or the Chrono Trigger, and we have a go mode.
That's right, so unless he finds the pendant here, he will have go mode no matter what. But I have a strange feeling it could easily be the pendant. We'll see.
Pendant, or you never know. Dipwood might have suggested that there could be jerky at a Thomas Pop if you need a snack. All right, we're about to see what Son of Sun is hiding, and it is the Ruby Knife. We have go mode for Koala.
That's right, we have go mode for Koala, so I'm guessing he will definitely go straight into this. The only other two checks left are Genodome and Mount Woe, which are both very long. Now, it's conceivable that you may try to go for this clone and trigger go mode just because it's a little bit faster, a little bit easier getting through Zeal 2 than Lavos. Lavos is a big pain in the neck. And look at this. It looks like Koala is definitely going for Genodome. Now, he may just be going here to grind. He may be going to pick up that key item. We'll just have to see.
A little birdie told me that Koala and Lavos don't play really nice, but he's been practicing it, so I guess we'll see what happens. I mean, if he does find like the Chrono Trigger, the Black Almond is actually a really great place to pick up levels, pick up text.
Yeah, Lavos is difficult. Just the other night I played a Lost Worlds Plus seed, which is where we run through the game, we kill Zeal 2 on our first go through, so that's the one go mode you need, and then you can do a New Game Plus after killing her, and on the New Game Plus we then go for the Lavos route, and so I did a seed where by the time I was done killing Zeal 2, I was like, level 34 or something, and then I just got even higher level, and I thought it was just going to be a breeze, and no, I actually ended up forfeiting that seed because Lavos is just so unpredictable. The status effects, the random scripting, the slaps, mostly the slaps.
I mean, that's the big thing about Zeal 2 versus Lavos is Zeal 2 is pretty well scripted. You can pretty much figure out what she's going to do given on what turn, whereas Lavos, you never know what he's going to do. Not only that, but it is a much longer fight, so for me, the Lavos fight is just a bit of a slog. It's long, and it's irritating, and I hate it, and I'd much rather have spent the extra, half an hour, 45 minutes looking for that chrono trigger so I could go through the Black Almond and fight an easier final boss.
Yeah, absolutely. It used to be our go-to for the everyone's PBs seem to be centered around getting an early Ocean Palace and Lavos seed, but a few months ago or half a year ago or something, just things shifted and everyone started going Black Omen. So you never know. It's also possible in a normal seed, not a Lost World seed, but in a regular seed, to go through Magus's castle, and I've actually seen that strategy win races.
My preferred way to go is the Black Almond. Just because it's, in my mind, it's a lot easier. Not necessarily like battle-wise. I mean, obviously the Ocean Palace is going to have weaker enemies, but at the end of it, there's Lavos, and no one likes Lavos.
Yeah, Ocean Palace is way quicker than Black Omen, but you do have to add on Tyranno Layer kind of, which look, it looks like so Raster Cecil's going straight for Tyranno Layer, and did Koala go for Tyranno now? Okay, I wasn't watching.
Yeah. I don't know.
Just a bit of a grind, and then headed to Tyranno, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know why Koala went to the Genodome. Maybe we can ask him if he's up for an interview afterwards, but he obviously didn't go very far into it. Maybe he was just checking some chests, just cause.
It could be. Yeah, it could be that too, that he just took that couple, it takes 2 minutes probably to go through that elevator sequence or the escalator, and maybe it's just to get that couple of levels advantage on the rest of the group.
Yeah, that would make good sense if he's just spending a little extra time to gain some levels, because he is looking at a levels fight, and higher levels are obviously better.
Yeah, especially with Lavos. You just don't want to take any chances, man. And even if, status protection, I think, is big with Lavos, even in his final form. You want to have someone with an amulet on, even if you're sacrificing a better accessory. You just want to have that status protection.
Well, luckily, Magus comes packaged with his very own amulet, so you have at least one thing to help you on that one.
That's true. It's a big bonus when you get Magus as either your starting team or you find him soon, because that amulet costs 50,000 gold, and it's just nice to have one for free.
Yeah, that's not a small chunk of change. So when you have Magus, not only do you get a decent magic user, who apparently has Dark Mist now, you also get the amulet.
Yeah, similar with I'd say because Chrono comes with a bandana, that can be also a nice item that it's kind of just a freebie that you might slap on a different character, and something to think about when you say you collect Magus or Chrono, and maybe you're not going to play with them, but don't forget they come with a really good item that you can, unequip and put on someone else.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he's going for all the glory today, UnqualifiedKoala. He just pulled right ahead, and he's not stopping here. Even though he took those few minutes out to do that bit of grinding at Geno, I mean, he's still in the lead here. It's quite incredible. Oh, we have Cthulhu going Mount Woe here.
Yeah, I was about to make mention of that. That's kind of an odd call, but do you think he might be looking for the
I suppose,
the Black Almond?
Yeah, he
or
must.
Is he just treasure hunting?
Could be, a little bit of both, maybe. For what, certainly showing off some skips here. So he already got this encounter skip, and this is one that you're not going to see very often. maybe in a Chrono Sanity run or something like that, because typically going out of your way to get that one chest is just takes a lot of time, and you know, a lot of runners are just not going to do that. But that's it uses one of the 4 skips we know of on Mount Woe, and they're just always fun to watch.
I am noticing actually that Cthulhu is running a little bit different than the other runners. Not only did he go into Mount Woe, but he's also not using Megas, so I think he's banking on a mostly physical team.
Yeah, looks like it. And you know, he does have a little bit. There's that skip again he just did. So you just have to kind of tuck your way through that corner behind that rock, and you know, if you go back and watch the video after we're done, you'll kind of see what he did there. But yeah, he's doing his own little grinding too. These rubbles, I guess, he's able to attack them and get them down. So, you know, go right ahead, because they do come with a good experience and tech point bonus here.
Yeah, a little bit of me is thinking maybe he could just be grinding for techs up there, because it's a good place to do it with the rubbles. It can also be very dangerous if you're running into those gargoyles, though.
Yeah, and Cthulhu just did the second skip on Mount Woe. It's easy to miss these things if you don't know they're there, but he's doing a fine job so far of skipping these encounters.
Yeah, I hate to mention it again, but like Koala is about ready to take on the Black Tyranno. I also noticed that he did not save beforehand.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, he must be feeling very confident about his chances here. You do have to be careful with Black Tyranno. He can be quite powerful.
Well, to be fair, I didn't actually see if he saved or not, but I mean, if he didn't, then it's going to be.
Yeah, so for the Black Tyranno fight, you basically want to get rid of Azala first. She's only going to be taking magic damage here, so you're going to see like shock and dark matter probably come out. You do have one other option. Technically, you can either put Azala to sleep or put stop on her. And you can actually, after that, wait, and the Black Tyranno will begin his countdown. You can start doing damage to him. Another fun trick that, you know, we may see from someone today. If you do non-elemental magic damage to Black Tyranno, there's a couple of spells that achieve that, and Tailspin is one of them. You can actually hit Black Tyranno before the countdown begins. So typically if I have Ayla and Tailspin in this fight, I'll just start trying to hit Black Tyranno directly with Tailspin. You can usually get a couple thousand damage in before the countdown, and that just helps.
Yeah, and with Black Tyranno, every little bit helps. Because one thing that I discovered is that the Black Tyranno doesn't always use fire. I remember going into a fight with him once, and then he used Hexagon Mist, and on the second fight, that obviously changed the.
Yeah, well, there was a change a little while back. It's been a while now, but Black Tyranno used to only cast his like Firestorm spell or whatever, but it now is randomized, so he can cast anything he wants on you. And then another thing about Black Tyranno is that out of all the bosses in the game, I think he has the most variable hit points. So like, it could be anywhere between like 8,000 and 12,500 or something like that, and you just don't know what it's gonna roll. So, yeah.
Yeah, and for that reason, Black Tyranno can be a little bit difficult.
It's a pretty big gatekeeper boss. Like it's fairly easy to die to Black Tyranno. You know, if you're just slightly underprepared, it can really just get away from you quick.
Yeah, but thus far it's been looking like Koala has a really good handle on it. Like he has Ayla.
Yeah, and he's able to cast his magic wall with Magus.
and he used the anti-life once thus far. No saying he was going to use it again. He might not.
Yeah, that's a funny one too. Anti-life is kind of a new spell that has been worked into the game to replace Black Hole, because Black Hole is pretty terrible. If anyone's familiar with Magus, he does come with a spell called Black Hole. I think it has another name too. I can't remember right now, but it will
like the spell that nobody uses.
Yeah. It has a chance of disappearing a regular monster off your battle screen. But it also is a little glitchy, and it can lead to bugs and soft locking even. So it's just no one ever used it, and now it's just been improved. So for those who don't know, it's a single target dark matter spell essentially, but you will die when you cast it. So it's I really love the animation too. It takes the little angels from the revive and turns them black, so they're like these angels of death.
Wow. Koala's in a bit of a tight spot right now. Both Magus and Robo died. They managed to get Magus back up and toss a Lapis though, but it started to look a little hairy for Koala.
Yeah, I wasn't watching closely enough to count up the damage he's been doing. It looks like he's on his second cycle now. So Black Tyranno's counting down for the second time. Typically, you don't want to get to this spot ever. And if you do, you don't want to have him erupt twice, because, yeah, that would just be bad.
Yeah, it's interesting because we have Cecil fighting the Black Tyranno too, so really this could depend greatly upon whether or not Koala makes it through this fight or not. I mean, he's doing some good damage, but again, it's looking kind of hairy right now.
Yeah, it's interesting too if they did find if they did find Doomsicle somewhere in there. I didn't notice that pickup, but Dipwood did, and that would be a pretty quality strategy perhaps. So Doomsicle is obviously it's Magus's best weapon, and it kind of the damage it does is dependent on how many characters are alive in your party. If Magus is the only person who's alive, oh, there we see our Doomsicle pickup on Kalarse's screen. If Magus is the only one alive and he criticals, he can be doing 2,000 damage per hit. So it can be incredible.
This is not looking super great for Koala.
No, he doesn't have any. I'm noticing now, no healing consumables are in his inventory. I don't know if Ayla has Kiss or if Robo has Cure Beam or Heal Beam. That can be a very, very messy. Oh goodness, here we go.
I think he's just going to try and Hail Mary it. That's wow.
He's got to be down
That's
a certain amount of HP now. He's been hitting Black Tyranno all day. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, that was clutch. Wow.
No. Oh my god. Yeah, he should have been using the Doomsicle. He should have been. I think he'll probably when he goes back and reviews this, he'll know. Because I noticed, I think he has it equipped because he was doing 600 damage with it just on a single attack, just with Robo dead. So that's going to go up to almost 1,000 damage with also Ayla dead. And then if he criticals, it's 2,000 damage. It's just great.
Yeah. I'm willing to bet at this point that he's probably going to be doing a little bit of shopping. I would too, actually.
Yeah. I'd like to see him do some I'd like to see him slow down a little bit and just take it easy, but boy, I don't know. He's got to be on some kind of crazy adrenaline high right now. I would be after that clutch kill of Black Tyranno. He's got to feel like, okay, I'm definitely in the lead.
Oh, yeah, I mean, wow. This is, I'll be honest with you, this is actually the first time I've seen Koala in a sea that's not his own, and wow, he's way better than I ever was.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job. I've noticed like his movement is really good on the maps. That can make a huge difference over the course of a run. Just moving as quickly as possible through these maps, can cut several minutes off your run.
Is he going Mount Woe, or is he just shopping in the Earthbound? Oh, yeah, he's shopping. Okay.
Yeah, see, now this is something we do see in Lost Worlds. Now, he does have some things to sell. Actually, he's doing pretty good here. He's got over 100,000 gold now. Yeah, you don't always see that in a Lost World seed, but I guess the chests have been kind to them. And he's just going to be looking for anything that, will heal him. Mid-tonics are great.
Mid-tonics, ethers, was there anything else in there? Full tonics?
Yeah, it looked like there were full tonics and shields, but yeah, even just having mid-tonics is such a better situation than he was just in, where he had nothing.
Yeah, it looks like he's feeling reasonably confident, so we're probably going to see him moving on.
Yeah, it looks like it, and he's going to be able to at least grind on the Ocean Palace, the classic spot in the Ocean Palace. So, we'll probably see him grind there for a bit, just until he's ready to go, and then, we're going to have a bit of an endgame showdown.
Yeah, but it looks like he's going to. My push to talk is not working well. Looks like I don't know if he's going to be checking the new shop, because he kind of spent most of what he has, but he's going to window shop at least, I guess.
Yeah, I actually have the same problem, and I don't even use push to talk. I don't know why. I think it's a Discord thing. Just like blaps you out. You can't talk for a second. It's a weird thing. But,
so I did see that new one is selling elixirs. For my money at this particular point, I'd be dumping as much money as I could into lapises.
Yeah, I mean, if we're not using Heal Beam yet, for sure you do want some lapises. I typically I wouldn't worry too much about lapises if I had like Frog and Robo, just because you can use their tech, but there are certain party configurations where lapises are your absolute best friend at 10,000 gold each.
Yeah, I mean, this group, if we had Heal Beam, and I didn't see if we did or not, the lapises, I could leave them. However, I don't think Robo has Heal Beam. So that's... Oh,
we almost got a look there, but not quite.
No, but yeah, it's...
I don't think he does either.
Yeah, it's going to make things a little bit interesting. I'm actually kind of interested that he didn't use Frog, because Koala is a big Frog fan. He is the resident Frog guy.
Interesting. But he's not using Frog.
Yeah. Yeah, probably because either A, he's probably not using Frog because... Oh, wait, in Lost Worlds you don't need to actually activate magic, but I imagine if he had found the Grand Leon, he probably would be, but without it, this might be the group to use.
That's true. I think I did see a Rune Blade, I think, in someone's inventory. Like, that's a pretty good Frog weapon, but yeah, you're right. Like, having the Grand Leon just pushes Frog into the absolute god tier of characters.
Yeah, when I find the Grand Leon, I'm usually using Frog. Otherwise, I will substitute either like Ayla or Chrono or Robo for him.
Yes, Ku, that is correct. We went over this a little earlier, but yeah, there's only 5 key items available in a Lost World Seed. And that's Trigger, Clone, Dreamstone, Ruby Knife, and Pendant. And if you want to find anything outside of that, you have to, like, either kill Zeal 2 or die to the Lavos Shell, I think. Those 2 scenarios will give you access. But it gets weird. I've tried to actually use a Lost World Seed to do that and complete the rest of the questing. It doesn't work. I've found duplicate items. It's just no one does it because it's silly. So don't do it.
Cecil is starting his golem fight, and Koala just finished it. So this is starting to get really close here.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Koala's really not letting off the gas here, and he just
got heal beam.
Oh, that's great. That is almost perfect timing. So another thing we're gonna want to see here from probably everyone is using Ayla, so we're gonna look for her having Dino Tail. It's a very important tech to have on Ocean Palace.
I didn't look to see if he had Dino Tail or she, I guess, has Dino Tail or not. But I'm willing to bet we'll probably see with Koala.
Oh my goodness, I didn't know that there was a Crisis Arm in the mix here. That is great. Crisis Arm, Doomsicle. Woo!
I think he just picked up the Crisis Arm though, but that's... Oh man.
Doomsicle is a great... I can't go on enough about this because if you actually end up using it and you end up with Magus on your team at the end game, you can actually solo fight just about any end game boss just with Magus, both other party members dead, and Doomsicle, and you're gonna do probably just fine. Just it outputs so much damage.
Isn't that a Rust Tyranno strat from way back in the day?
Well, when I used to speedrun my friends like a long time ago, we used to use this strategy where we haste Magus with Marl, let Marl die, and then he would just Doomsicle Lavos to death. And yeah, it was a lot of fun, but it's different now for vanilla speedruns.
Yeah, vanilla. We're not talking the randomizer. Yeah, things are just different, for better or for worse.
Yeah, and we do continue to find like new things. The randomizer has kind of opened up the game in a really interesting way where, we're looking at mechanics you just normally wouldn't look at, and well, Ansky has done an incredible job keeping things balanced and fun, and that's all I got to say about that.
So, Koala just got into his fight with the mages and the thrashers, I think. One darkness is not enough. We found that out the hard way.
Oh, it looks like he's got that green dream on. That's great.
Yeah, good plan, but this is not looking super great.
Yeah, it's a little bit ugly. If you get in here a little earlier than like you're ready for, it can be a bit of a grind to just take down your first couple fights, but hopefully here, because again, you're getting 2,600 experience and 80 tech points. See, and he just learned Dark Matter, so exactly, like he's gonna blast through the rest of this grind here with Dark Matter.
I also saw that Ayla learned Kiss, so that's another little extra piece of not gonna die today.
Yes, and as Chad is pointing out, they are dropping Hyper Ethers, which is amazing. It's not uncommon to see them drop an Ether, but a Hyper Ether is... Well, that's great.
Yeah, so grinding here might not be the worst idea. I'm willing to bet that that Cecil, when he sees them dropping hyper ethers, is probably going to grind a bit as well. Not to mention that I saw the Koala was in like the low to mid 20 levels. Cecil didn't go through the Genodome, so he's probably a little bit lower.
For sure, he's going to be a little bit lower. I don't think I saw him do anything extra. Although, to be completely honest to everyone here now, Cecil is, as far, I think at the very beginning of the race, I think he got a bit of a late start. If he comes close to the winner here, we might have to like do a review and like figure out actual these players' game time, because even though it appears a certain way on the screen, we don't have their individual timers on. We just have our own global timer.
Yeah, it's a good point. Koala is learning text left and right. And Cecil is starting.
Yeah, Cecil's on that elevator grind now too. I keep calling it the elevator grind, but that's only because it prepares you for the elevator.
Yeah, so I also noticed though that in this grind session, not only are they getting hyper ethers, but they're getting full tonics too.
Oh, really? Is that in the mix too? Wow.
Yeah, so going through this fight, I mean, it's a great way to stock up on, to stock up on consumables.
Yeah, and it looks like Koala's already using those hyper ethers just for the grind. Why not?
Well, it makes sense. I mean, like if you had a gold stud, I wouldn't worry too much about it. But I mean, dark matter costs 20 MP. That's
totally
not insignificant.
Yeah, every fight you get an accruing return. So yeah, that is a great drop and just great grind. So we've got Kalarse is not too far behind. Cthulhu Crisis, unfortunately, I think due to his Mount Woe related indiscretion, he's just a little bit behind now, and it won't be too long though before he's in Ocean Palace here. He looks far behind because he hasn't done Black Tyranno yet, but also he's going to be a higher level facing Black Tyranno than our other racers, so he's just going to have less trouble there. Should be a quicker fight, and then he'll be back in the race here. But with Koala doing so well here, I am enjoying watching him play the seed so much.
Yeah, it's interesting watching him versus watching Cecil. Like, Koala is just using a hyper ether. Cecil is using his standard ethers, which actually takes a little bit longer.
Yeah, that could slow him down. And like I said, like it's an accruing return every fight. Oh, it looks like Cecil's just jumping ahead here.
Oh boy, here we go.
He's ready to go.
Oh man.
So definitely we're gonna see Koala just being a little bit a higher level, and Cecil's he's just gonna have this time advantage. But boy,
Cecil is gonna have a time advantage. But if he gets to Lavos and decides he's too low level, then we're gonna have an issue. Koala is moving on also.
Yeah, it looks like Cecil has hit 27. That's typically the bare minimum threshold, for advancing here. When I play, I like to get Dino Tail for the elevator sequence, even if it takes a long time to grind for. I might not do that in a race. I don't know where Dino Tail is on their tech list, and if it's the last tech, that's hard to justify learning. But without it, oh no, it looks like they definitely do have Dino Tail, because I can see Cecil is damaging himself here.
So is Koala.
This is getting really close. Ooh.
Yeah, they have Dino Tail. My usual go-to level cap is once I hit level 35, then I'm good to go. But that's a really long grind session.
Yeah, it's long. It's I wouldn't go that high personally, but it's the place to do it because you get almost 3,000 XP for every fight there, and it's hard to beat that. I think in the whole game.
Yeah, but in a race setting, maybe not the best idea.
Yeah, you just typically, you either go to 27 or you try to find, a tech you want. Like, if you're close to flare. Here's the other thing is, after you do that grind, you can basically count on the Golem Twins plus the elevator to, it amounts to something like 452 tech points. So if you know that you want, say, flare or whatever for your final fight, you can sort of work backwards from there. So if you have 450 tech to go, you know that you can just enter the elevator and then kill the Golem Twins, and then you'll get your tech. So sometimes our runners will actually calculate that into their grind, and they won't stay too long because they know that no matter what they do, they will be getting 452 tech.
Okay, we did get a look at Koala's menu, and we said that Cecil was at about level 27. Koala's sitting at 31.
Oh
So
my goodness.
That could make the difference.
That's going to make a huge difference here. Especially against Lavos.
Yeah, like Lavos is going to be the great equalizer, but the Golem Twins might also throw a wrench in the works.
I think so too. And, well, geez, Koala is really well set up. 31 that's actually really high for where he's at right now. You don't typically see that in a race, but you could attribute that to his Genodome grind. Boy, it's hard to like count him out on his Lavos chances just going in at such a high level. Cecil, on the other hand, I could see it being a little more risky facing Lavos. But, sometimes in these races we do see a little bit of a back and forth. We'll see deaths to Lavos, and that can equalize the race. Like you said, it's the great equalizer. It really is. It could give Kalarse and Cthulhu a chance to catch up, but not to Koala at this point. I have to say, he's just doing so well with his levels.
Yeah, I need to keep saying it, not just because he's, gaming on down the hall. He's looking really good this race. And whenever I watch a race, he's always doing a really awesome, just stellar job.
Yeah, I mean, their actual time right now is amazing. They're under 1 hour and just about to basically, hit the final boss. So that's really what you want to see in a good Lost World seed. Actually, my PB is under 110, and I think a few other players are also under 110. So, we're basically going to see something very close to that here.
All right, so it looks like we're done with the elevators, and Koala has gotten the Scouter's skip, whereas Cecil did not. So we're
oh my goodness, synced.
Wow,
Synced screens almost.
Oh, that's awesome. They are literally neck and neck.
This is so fun to watch. Wow. So we do have, Kalarse is doing his grind now, and we have Cthulhu is actually struggling a little bit with Black Tyranno here. I hope he's able to recover.
Yeah, but to be fair, I mean, like, Koala was struggling too. I'm noticing a problem that Koala has is that he doesn't have any shelters, so he has to spend some extra time using other expendables and
That's right. So, yeah.
Interesting.
Just because of that, Cecil has pulled ahead because he had some shelters.
But we also have the level issue. I don't think that it's going to make a huge difference with the Golem Twins because they can become a pushover.
Yeah, they
but
can be a
it's
pushover, and they can also push you over, and your level might not
Yeah.
matter that much.
Yeah. Koala used
Ooh, a little boogie. Boogie is tight with the Golem twins. Cast stop.
Yeah.
And that's the rest of the fight is free.
Oh wow. Does Cecil even have access to Boogie, or is he just gonna kind of tank it?
Now, if he does have access to Boogie, he's really going to be like, slapping himself in the forehead after this for not using it. I don't know what he has, but oh boy. So the only thing now you have to look at is if you kill them both at the same time, they're going to double counterattack with the burp, and it can do a lot of damage, especially with the Golem twins. It can do upwards of 400 HP to any one of your characters between the two attacks. So even though he has them stopped, he did the right thing here, Koala. He used Heal Beam, he healed his team, and now he's ready to finish them off. Cecil, on the other hand, having a little bit of trouble here. Luckily, he has absorbed. He is absorbing the black. That's smart. Go ahead there, DPG.
Yeah. That was actually what I was going to notice is that Cecil has two, like, dark males or something like that to mitigate the shadow. And just like that, Koala is done and pulls ahead.
Wow. I didn't see that coming when Cecil entered the fight first. I thought for sure he would have it, but yeah, that's going back to sort of wearing those black armors during this fight sequence. It's one way to cheese those, if you want to call it cheesing. Cheese the twins or the single golem self. If you wear, the absorb gear of the color you're attacking him with, then it's a free fight.
Oh, it seems like, as it turns out, the great equalizer this time was getting down.
Yeah, that's right. So Cecil just, cleaning up the Golem twins now. I mean, he had a rock-solid strategy, to be honest. Even though it looked like he was struggling, he actually wasn't. I didn't notice that he had that black absorb. And he got through the fight with no trouble at all, to be honest. It's just that Koala got through it quicker.
I actually didn't know that you could use Boogie on the Golem twins. Now that I know that that's a thing, I will incorporate that into my my strats if I ever get back into running.
Yeah, the golems are one of the creatures in the game that are like weak to status effects. So like, say you have like a shockwave even on Luca, or like Siren on Marl, which they cast stop and chaos. Like it'll almost always cast stop. So like, even in a Golem Twins fight, if you have a Berserker and a Siren and you put them on Marl, it'll win you the fight every time.
That is good to know. And we're starting our fight. And we have Uzi Punch and Triple Kick and Dark Matter. Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's just dishing out the damage. So, Outer Lavo Shell, I believe, has 12,000 HP. It could be 10,000. Why do they hire me for commentary? I don't even know what I'm talking about, but it's in that range.
Yeah, something like that. We're noticing that Raster could be struggling because in that first destruction range from the heavens, he lost 2 characters. And in doing so, kind of burned his green dream.
Yeah, burned it early. It's a very good strategy to use, though. If you have anti-life and you want to use it, put a green dream on Magus.
The trouble there, though, is that he lost a lot levels in that first attack, so he doesn't have the green dream to use. But Koala does.
Oh, it looks like Cecil may be taking a It may be an intentional death here. Because
Either way, though, that
you can just go back in now. You can fly the epoch into the
oh, that could be exactly what he's planning on doing. Is just skipping the shell, going right to 1, 2, or 2, 3.
Yeah, because you can skip the shell, and then you can actually, because of the way this is set up, he will have access to 600 and 1000 with the epoch if he chooses to go there. I don't know if he will, but he could. I don't think he needs anything, though. He seems set up. So he may just fly the epoch straight into Lavos here.
Or he could be looking for a shopping trip. Yep, shopping trip.
Yeah, so this is the same new that you'll find up in Zeal. Kajar, right?
Yeah, it's Kajar.
Yeah, he ends up down here. He is the same shop. So if you saw something earlier that you want, you can buy it here again. And yeah, that's a pretty nice shop. Not great, but not bad.
Well, Koala's still fighting the shell, and it looks like he might. Yep, he lost Robo, but no huge loss, I suppose.
Yeah, here goes Cecil now. Yeah, here goes Cecil now. He's gonna.
Here we go. Are we gonna? Oh, we're gonna be neck and neck again.
Yeah, he's.
Wow. Koala just beat the shell. Cecil does have that cutscene to go through.
Yes. I didn't see Cecil save Moon. I didn't see him save. Someone could go back and look, but yeah, here we go. So Koala is now in the shell. Cecil is on his way into the shell, but he has to sit through just a bit of cutscene here. We have Kalarse on Golem Twins, and Cthulhu Crisis, of course, is just heading into Ocean Ballast now.
All right, here we go. Lavos 2 for Koala. Let's see how this goes down.
Yeah, let's see how this does, because oh boy, I mean, I have all the faith in the world in this boy, but the Lavos, he'll just eat you up like the world eater he is.
Yeah, that's the big thing, is that Lavos is okay. Lavos 2 isn't too bad because he's also scripted. Once we get into the Lavos cores, that's different. As in, like, keep your heal beams on hand, folks. It's going to get dicey.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, he's burned his green dream early. It looks like Cecil's now heading into the same fight. Now, Cecil might struggle a little more, actually, than Koala. Koala already looks like he's struggling a little bit.
A little bit?
A little bit,
like,
but no,
he keeps,
yeah, he got that heal beam off. That's big.
Yeah, if he's keeping Robo doing what he's doing, and if we target properly this time, as Koala might have targeted the body with the first triple kick, this could be quick.
Yeah, this can be a tough fight just because mainly those cutty spinny hands, whatever you want to call them. They just do so much physical damage.
Yeah, the boomerangs will do a good chunk of damage, and I really hope that Koala has some revives, because we just lost our healer, sort of.
Ooh, 2 revives, and he's gonna have 1 left now.
Oh boy, that's cutting it a bit too close for my taste.
Yeah, he has, a green dream, at least. It'll be interesting to see what Cecil does here. He's in a very similar situation. He just took down 1 arm.
Oh no, and he's probably going to lose Robo again.
Ooh.
Oh no.
And we have a lock.
What's that? Oh no.
Yeah, lock for the status effects, so that'll carry through.
Oh man, this is feels bad,
Yeah,
man.
it's painful to see someone going into Lavos final without revives. That scares me.
Yeah, that scares me greatly. That could be what wins.
It looks like Cecil's just doing just slightly better, maybe. They're actually using the exact same team in the exact same order. And Koala's a little bit ahead in levels, but Cecil actually hasn't... I don't think anyone's died yet on his team during this fight.
I haven't been watching, to be honest. Man, it's just way too close to call right now.
Yeah, Koala having to eat one of those Shadow Doom Blazes, you don't want to see that ever. Typically during this fight, he's going to do great. Ooh, with that Crisis Arm, he is doing incredible damage. He's lucky that Robo isn't locked. So for this fight, this Inner Lavos fight, he will actually upgrade his magic damage for every cycle that you don't kill him. So this next Shadow Doomblaze, if you don't kill him before he does that, he's pretty much going to party wipe you. It does like twice as much damage as the first Shadow Doomblaze did. So you have to be doing enough damage to take him out. And it looks like Koala is trying his hardest. He's at least doing some single target with Ayla and Magus.
And again, I mean, like, Robo, oh boy. I hope Robo has the amulet, otherwise this is going to turn into a real slog.
Yeah, he must have an amulet, but then again, he's poisoned, so I'm confused now. Ooh, and he misses out on that Uzi punch.
Oh,
now we see on
so
Cecil's having to revive people here. He's having a bit of he's struggling now. He's got a heal beam off. At a look at his team is 50. Everyone's at 50.
All right, so we're done with Lavos 2 on Koala's screen. I can almost guarantee he's going to try and go for the menu glitch on this one.
Yeah, he doesn't have a choice. There's no Mega Elixirs in this seed. Looks like Cecil's doing a very good job recovering here. He was almost dead. That was insane. It looks like he's almost actually done here. And
we have the menu glitch.
Yeah.
All right, it worked out.
That's great. Menu glitch is, it's easy once you get the hang of it. Anyone can do it. All you have to do is hold X. When the screen goes black, all you have to do. There's a pretty big window to try it too, so try it at home.
Okay, so wow, this is it.
Yeah, here we go. We're gonna see what his strategy is here. You have a couple options typically, and we're gonna see Cecil's as well. We have got almost a concurrent Lavos battle here. You're either gonna attack the center or attack the left bit. The center is going to be... He's the main damage dealer to your party, the center. But the left bit has less HP. And killing either of them will lower the defense for the core. So, depending on your team... Yeah, you might have... if you have something like triple kick with prism specs, you're going to go for that left bit. You're going to get that out of the way. If you have a more magic damage based team, you're gonna try and get rid of the middle. So anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so it looks like Koala is going with the center bit strats. I personally go with the left bit strats. It just seems like a safer bet to me.
Yeah, he's got Crisis Arm, he's got Ayla, and even he's got a Doomsicle. I would definitely go for left. but he's not, and it may pay off though, because the center does cause so much hassle in your life.
Yeah. Worth noting, Magus has chaos, so that's going to cause some problems.
Yeah, we've got Grandstone getting dropped on Cecil right now. That is just savage.
Oh, and oh no, Evil Moon.
Actually, he actually has a little pile of revives, which is nice. Koala, of course, we know has no revives left.
Yeah, so this is. Oh man. Oh wow. I don't.
And by the way, Kalarse is now entering Lavos. So it's conceivable that if Koala dies here, Kalarse could actually take his spot in the race.
Oh, the Green Dream. I think the only thing that the Koala can do at this point is just keep casting Dark Matter and basically Hail Mary it and hope for the best.
Yeah, I'm not. If he has Doomsicle equipped and he gets rid of that. Oh no, he's reset now. Oh my goodness,
Nope, okay,
Kalarse
so-
has just taken Koala's spot in the. This is incredible.
Oh man. Oh wow. Oh man. I mean, feels bad, but man.
Oh, this is how it
Oh.
goes. This is how it goes. I've raced many of these seeds with our community, and boy, sometimes Lavos will just slap you down.
Yeah, like I said, both me and Koala don't play nice with Lavos, and we just saw it come to pass here.
Yeah, Koala right back in it though. He's taking those nipple lasers right to the face, getting in there with the triple kick, the dark matter, and the heal beam. That's just a perfect setup. That's literally one of the main reasons why you want a party member who has an AoE heal tech for this fight in particular. You want to be able to do a bunch of damage and then party heal. So it looks like Cecil is also maybe struggling just a little bit here.
Yeah, I noticed he had to dip into that pile of revives a couple times. Yeah, Lavos is just not playing nice today, is he?
Yeah, he's not playing super nice, but also he's not acting the worst I've seen him act. But we are seeing some status effects now being done on Cecil, and it's just not pretty. I mean, even though it's just sleep and it's just chaos, it still takes away your ability to do anything in this situation.
And if memory serves, I think that the only thing that can actually take away those status effects is Kiss.
Now, if Kalarse actually has a good Lavos fight here, he could really just take the lead. And we have a reset on Cecil's screen. Oh my good, we have a whole new order now. Kalarse is number 1. We have Koala in number 2 and Cecil in number 3. Incredible just how quickly that can happen.
Oh, I just now noticed that Kalarse is not using the same group as Koala. He brought in Frog.
He did bring in
that's
Frog.
really interesting.
And he's using those drop kicks like a madman. Oh, I really hoped that would take out the center bit for him, but one more. Ooh, this is gonna get spicy.
Oh boy, with Hidden Blow, is that going to knock out Ava? No.
He's got to have heal. Yeah, that's great.
And
Frog's heal is just so good.
we just had a Shadow Doom Blaze drop on It looks like he's actually gonna. Nope. He's gonna bring Robo back.
So I'd like to get a look now at Kalarse's inventory. I want to see what he's got for revives.
He doesn't. He does. Oh, he
Doesn't
has
have very
4
many,
of them,
but
so-
he is in the core fight. Yeah, he's got 4. He's got 3 now.
Yeah, he does
Yeah.
have the center bit taken down.
That's a good
but-
sequence. 2 revives and then frog heal. He could stay alive.
He could, but I mean, there's always the whole thing. I mean, if center level bit comes back and he does something like, I don't know, like
That's right.
Grandstone or Evil Moon or something like that.
Yeah, he just
and then
came
we're
back
right back
too.
where we started.
Yeah. Yeah, and he needs to get some MP on Ayla. If he could drop kick, continue drop kicking that right bit. But he's focusing too much on the center bit, in my opinion. He should be taking out that left bit. Because he's got really good physical attack right now.
Yeah. I mean, the center bit is the one that's going to do all the damage. So it's a tough call if you're going to focus on the center bit or go for the right bit and just try and take the damage. That can, however, be a losing proposition. Koala going back into phase 3 of Lavos.
Ooh. We have a 65 million time period here on Kalarse's screen. That's never want to see that if you don't have safe helms or shields up. Oh, but he took out the center bit just in time. Oh, beautiful. And he got a hyper ether off on Ayla there, or it could have been a full ether, but they're ready for more drop kicks.
Yeah, I have never really understood the whole time period thing of the Lavos fight.
Yeah, I don't know all of them, but I do know that 65 million is Grand Stone. And then the future is his most powerful magic attack. The fair is a status, I think. And then like 12,000. Yeah, there's themes. So that's another thing though that's very random about Lavos. You never know what it's going to land on. And even in the same seed, our runners are going to see different patterns.
Oh, Koala. Robo just got ravaged again.
Yeah, Kalarse is playing this very, very smart, I think. He's being conservative, and also he's dishing out enough damage on that right bit. I mean, that's the core. You want to get 20,000 damage off on that, and he's been getting it in when he can. I would still focus on the left bit, though. But he has been saving himself. He's doing a very good strategy here.
Oh, Koala. Oh, no.
Ooh, slappy slap. Oh my goodness.
Oh, this is just... Oh, it's painful to watch.
Looks like Cthulhu Crisis is doing the same thing that I think Cecil did, or was it Koala? He used Boogie on the Golem twins. Great strategy.
That was Koala.
Yeah, Koala.
Oh, no. Oh, Koala. Oh.
Yeah, it's
Oh. He just got that center bit.
very unfortunate. He's dropped now into third. He was, I would say, in second before that. Although it looks like Cecil's had his fair share of struggles here too. This can be a real challenge in a Lost World seed. You don't have all of the gear you want, and maybe you don't have the team you want. Everything is so limited. It can be quicker.
Yeah.
Like, all the PBs and stuff are quicker. It's a quick way to play Jets. But it's very luck-based.
Yeah, like Kalarse is still in his third phase fight. I mean, he's doing better than either of the other ones are, but it's turning into a slog. Raster Cecil is on like his third time going into phase 3.
Yeah, that's right.
And Koala is just starting phase 2.
Yeah, so I really hope for Kalarse here. I mean, he's not quite doing what I want him to do, but he is playing it safe. He's staying alive. I like that. He's got a real chance here to win. I wouldn't even count out Cthulhu Crisis at this point. Because, once you run out of consumables, the Lavos fight can become very challenging. No revives. That's a huge deficit, having no revives. So, oh boy, we're just gonna have to see what happens here. And it looks like Kalarse has run out of revives.
Oh boy, here we go. So, wow. In my mind right now, it would be a very smart move to not worry too much about Robo being dead in this phase and save your revives for the second phase. Although we did just have obstacle, so now we're in a bit of a fix.
Yeah, it's a really tough call because it's like ideally you don't want to have to use any revives. But we don't have a Marl with us. I mean, or Chrono, both of which come with those, revive spells of their own, life and life 2. That can be so huge during a Lavos fight.
In this instance, though, I'm not sure it would do much good because we're locked. We're stuck, basically.
That's true. The lock is in play here. Yep. Yep. This is a tough.
Lock isn't the most.
Ooh, Kalarse.
What?
Kalarse has to reset.
Oh no! So, wow. Now we have Cecil in the lead again.
Yeah, Cecil in the lead, and we actually have at this point Cthulhu is at the shell, so he's right back in it with basically everyone else. Like, if we have one more death here from anyone, Cthulhu is going to be in the mix with everyone. End of story.
Koala made a bit of an oops. He did an Uzi punch, and another one with Robo with a 0 in the ones digit.
Yeah, Kalarse facing those nipple lasers head on, and we haven't seen any one of our racers actually go back to pick up consumables. At this point, they are allowed to go to 1000. For example, the Medina Square. Sorry, not Medina, but Lean Square. Go to the fair. Get the revives. Get the shelters. Whatever you need. Like, go get those critical items here. Because it could be it could be the big difference between dying to Lavos 2 or 3 times or just once.
At this point, it would be if I were Koala, if I died at this point, I would head to Lean Square. I would load up on revives and go for it again.
And maybe try to go find something else, like go talk to Melchior, like, does he have full tonics? Or whatever, like, just find consumables.
Yeah, like, load up on revives, load up on heals. And then
heals too, yes. Heals we haven't seen.
That's what Cthulhu is actually doing. He's hopping back. I think he's gonna go for a shopping trip here.
Have we seen heals at any vendor this whole seed?
I don't know, but now
I don't think we
we're
have.
open to every time period.
And that is possible. I've seen that in a Lost World seed where you know, not every item is guaranteed. So, like, for example, we haven't seen Mega Elixirs, but also we haven't seen, I don't think we've seen a heal available anywhere. Cecil bought 30 heals. Gotta be somewhere. All right.
Well, but you know, the present, the
Shut my
past,
mouth.
they're new places.
Irregardless, I've had seeds that have no heals, and it's rough.
Yeah, I mean, it's really rough if you can't find that kind of stuff, but you could. That's the big thing, is that you could find them.
Yeah, so we're gonna see, I guess, a little bit of readjustment of fight strategy from our three players, Kalarse, Cecil, and Koala. They didn't obviously do any shopping, so they haven't really adjusted much. So they're counting on adjusting their fight strategy here, and we're gonna see how that plays out. Cthulhu is taking his time. He's really taking his time here, and I'm still not gonna count him out. This is a very tough levels fight. Oh my goodness, Cecil's done.
Oh, Cecil wins, I guess. So now we're just looking for second place right now.
You know, sometimes you know, you talk and talk and talk and can't predict anything. Cecil won.
With Koala currently in second place.
Yeah, a little bit of stop cast on him. That's never friendly.
Yeah, having stop on Robo probably killed this one.
Yeah, we got.
Then again, Megas is still going strong. For my money, I probably would have tossed in Elixir on Robo, just to keep him alive. Yeah, even though he is stopped, you want to keep Robo alive because eventually he will be unstopped.
Yeah, it does. It takes a while, but yes.
Yeah, or something like that happens, and suddenly you lose both. And suddenly you lose your healer, and then you're also down to one target, and
yeah. This is interesting. Now.
Alright, so we have Kalarse going into Phase 3 and Cthulhu going into Phase 2. Alright, so Cthulhu and Koala are now tied up. We'll see what happens with Kalarse this time around. He was doing really well this last time. Maybe he will adjust his strategy a little bit this time.
Yeah, Kalarse is going hard here, and we got Cthulhu Crisis also in the mix now. Like, second place is anyone's.
Yeah, it looks like Koala's getting a little frustrated here.
Yeah, it sounds like. So we were questioning whether Cecil was going to use Boogie or not. Did he learn it? We didn't know. Sounds like he just forgot. So that's hilarious. It's happened to me before too. But again, like if we're gonna, oh goodness, we have a reset on Kalarse. We've got a battle gauge decrease on Koala's screen now. He's going to 8 battle gauge, and we have Cthulhu struggling. But he's in the Lavos fight.
I noticed what Koala is doing. What he's kind of banking on is making sure that Robo doesn't get knocked out, because it seems like that's just kind of the way that things have been going. Is Shadow Doomblaze and then a couple of boomerangs on Robo. So I think he's actually working the gauge so that he has the time to make sure that Robo's going to live if he does get boomeranged.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, Cthulhu's having to eat a Shadow Doomblaze here now. He might lose Frog here. It looks like he's going to lose 2 of his characters.
Okay, so it looks like Koala's in a much better place than he has been in the last couple fights.
Cthulhu's going to have to make some smart choices here with his character sequencing. Like, he's going to have to revive just before he heals. Unless he's counting HP here, and he could be very close to actually closing this out. Because he's already gone through 1 cycle.
He did just get hit with an obstacle, and it didn't do much of anything. That's nice, actually.
He must have some kind of protection on. That's Cthulhu's style, is to, remain in the background. Don't look at my items. And then I'm going to pull ahead, maybe, and take second place, because he very well could here.
Yeah, I mean, like, he was behind for a lot of the race, that whole Mount Woe play. But then again, if you think about Mount Woe, it was also kind of the same thing that Koala did with the Genodome.
That's true.
So his levels are going to be a little bit higher. Do we know if he found like an amulet or anything like that on Mount Woe?
I don't remember. He may have found a memory cap. I don't remember.
I do seem to recall seeing the memory cap.
I imagine he's very close to killing. There he goes. Okay.
My $1 million question right now is, when Koala goes into phase 3, is he going to menu and turn up his battle speed, or is he going to keep it way back at 8?
That is a good question. I don't know how much time it's gonna save really at this point. Like, it's pure survival, like, these are just not well built teams in some regards. For this fight, like, it's nothing I would prefer.
You did make a good point, though. Considering where Koala is, he could keep his battle speed down and give himself a little bit more time to think. And if that keeps him alive through the battle and beating phase 3, then that would be faster in the long run.
Well, it looks like Koala got he's a little ahead there now. Cthulhu's in his menu glitch here. Or sorry. Is Koala just behind now? He's gonna do his... Never mind. There's too many things to keep track of. Forgive Procky.
And now it's Koala and Cthulhu that are neck and neck.
Yeah, we have
And, it looks like kalarse is, wow. This has suddenly gotten very close.
It looks like Cthulhu's also going for the kind of a kill the center first strat. Which, again, normally I don't go for that, but normally I don't play with this team either. So it might be the smart thing to do. Oh my goodness, now we're getting... Oh my god, we just got 2 lightning strikes. Yeah, you can get rid of the left bit or the center bit here, and either way, you're going to open up the right bit's defense. That's kind of how the battle works, but the left bit has like 3,000 HP in a normal difficulty seed, and the center bit has 8,500, so getting rid of the left bit first will... it'll lower the defense of the right bit earlier, but killing the center bit first will get rid of the threat of attack, because the center bit's the one traveling through time and casting all of these crazy spells. Wow, cool. We have 3 Lavos fights and they're all different colors.
Yeah, this is, man. I would play the take out the center bit game, because the center bit is going to be the most dangerous and is going to be doing the most damage.
Yeah, the only thing, it might depend on the team, and this is a team you might focus on center with. So if you were able to do a massive amount of damage to the left bit and then do a bunch of AoE to the center and right, then maybe you go with a team like that. But we don't have Luca or Magus in Cthulhu's screen, at least. And now I just don't know who is in the lead. This is incredible.
Roll a d6 divided by 2. That's our third place. And, oh wow. Koala killed the center bit. That gives him some breathing room.
Yeah, Cthulhu, maybe he doesn't have heals, but he should at least have Kiss? No Kiss? So you can use Ayla's Kiss to cure a status ailment. It works just like
it. You can indeed.
Yeah, and Slurp Kiss does the same, I think, for your party.
I did not see if Frog has Slurp or not, but yeah. Slurp Kiss would be a huge help.
Yeah, he has a couple of good consumables, just not exactly what he's looking for.
All right, so we have both Koala and kalarse just wailing on that right bit. So at this point, it's kind of a race to the finish to see who takes it down first.
It really is. They're all 3 are starting to look, quite formidable against Lavos. They've figured out their weaknesses. Let's just hope that no one rips. And Ayla is down on Cthulhu's screen. Grandstone is awful.
Grandstone is bad news. So is Evil Moon, and we have both center bits back. Oh man, what even is this?
The Great Equalizer, I believe, as you named it.
Yeah, I did indeed.
That's right. Yeah, this is great though. Oh my goodness. And I really like seeing there's no way they can really manipulate things much because they don't have like haste, for example, from Marl. They're relying purely on their equipment and their base speed. And
But it's working remarkably well.
oh, we got a slappy Lavos on Cthulhu screen there again.
And Lava,
Goodness.
well, yeah, Koala also got slapped too.
Oh. Oh, that is so unfortunate.
Oh, man.
We are seeing very cranky Lavos plays on actually all three screens. I've seen lightning strikes, slaps. I've seen it all. They're all getting the business.
Yeah, this is just, oh man, I mean, like, it's almost hard to watch, but I mean, all three runners are doing their best, and it is a show.
Yeah, Lavos is supposed to be difficult. I mean, it reminds me of childhood, you know? He's a hard boss.
Well, I mean, difficult, but not seemingly impossible. This is harsh.
It's cruel. I think it's, to be honest, it's the party composition. It's a tough party to play with, and like I said at the beginning of this, like Lost Worlds, you're restricted by your party. If again, that's something you could do if you like. All of our players now have access to, I think. See, we have Cthulhu going into 1000. He could actually go pick up another character if he really wanted to, and I'm not.
It looks like he might. He's shopping at least, but man, it's just what is going on?
Yeah, it's. I'm honestly, I'm gonna chalk this one up to party composition. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, to be honest, this is not a party I would play too terribly much with. I would much rather have, say, Marley instead of Ava, just to have a dedicated healer, and then you would have Robo and Magus attacking.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, even though Marl's a little slow, you can give her a little bit of a boost. Lost Worlds is a little, stingy when it comes to the speed tabs. There's only a few you can actually collect easily, but if you give them to Marl, and you use Marl to cast things like haste, even provoke can do a lot in a Golem Twins fight. Marl should not be underestimated. Sorry, Cecil, even though you didn't use her and you did win, and you have an emote.
All right, so we're back at like the third time having the center bit back for both Kalarse and Koala. But man, it's just Kalarse and Koala are just head and head, and Cthulhu keeps doing the right things by going on these shopping trips. So he might actually be set up this time around for going all the way. Koala is adopting an interesting strat where Koala takes second. Holy cow! Holy cow!
Holy goodness gracious! Get to the
Wow.
tracker.
Man, oh man, God, that was brutal.
That was savage.
Savage would be a very nice way to put it. Masochistic might be more appropriate. Holy cow. Wow. Oh wait, and Kalarse just finished too, so wow. Koala's strategy really did it. Koala,
Oh wow.
GG.
Yeah, GG.
Holy cow, guys! I'm gonna be honest. I didn't have fun fighting Lavos this time around.
I don't think anyone did, man. I mean, like, everyone died at least 3 times, if not.
Yeah, I was looking at the GG and only Ansky finished, so I said I'll just keep going until I'm in last, and I turned the battle speed down to 8, which that really helped. Having no revives and no heals for Lavos is very challenging.
Yeah, I actually really appreciated your strat when you got the center bit back and you were just casting Dark Matter, and then kept having Ayla attack that right bit.
Yeah, I just figured, I mean, it's been revived twice. I figured I had to be close, so I just kind of kept going, going for the right bit, trying to finish it off.
Yeah, that was no fun to watch, but man, good job.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, great run. It was just so much fun to watch and commentate, and yeah,
Oh, nice.
I'm all worn out now. Like, geez, I really put out all of my spunk into the commentary.
Wow. Hey, well, we appreciate you commentating and restreaming, Procky, and
Yeah.
Dipwood for
Yeah.
tracking. Thanks, guys.
One of the best races I've ever seen.
Oh, wow.
Thank you
Yeah.
for playing.
Yeah, I'm glad
Yeah.
I could be a part of that. I'm gonna go ahead and
Yeah,
open up the stream and chill out. So yeah, thanks guys.
Cool.
No problem, man. And do we have Kalarse in chat?
Yes. I'm so sad it was 3 attempts Lavos.
Oh, I mean, a good game, man. You couldn't see it, but like you and Koala were like literally and neck at the end. It was maybe 30 seconds between you two.
Yeah. I don't think I played bad. I just think I got so unlucky with Lavos RNG because I had put the white mail on Frog and all the hidden blows were on Ayla, which was and then I had to use all the resources, which were like 4 revives.
Yeah. It was a really rough seed in terms of you weren't given the consumables that you needed, like the whole time. And yeah, it just made it rough.
The only revives were on the beginning, and I believe there were in the 1200 shop, like the one before Mount of Woe, but I had no money, so okay, no revives.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, first of all, the Lavos fight was unlucky for everyone. Like they at least took like three or four different times for everyone.
Oh yeah.
And as far as like revives go, Koala had 2. Cthulhu hopped into like, did he go to 600 or 1080 to pick some more up? So it was a really.
It really
was good,
got
but
close.
Lavos was just a jerk this time.
He was a jerk to everyone except for Raster Cecil.
I mean, when I believe the first time I finished, I had to reset on levels. I saw Raster putting the dot done. I was like, oh, wow, he got lucky. He probably got lucky on that because it was a rough seeding, like equipment even, like probably all the defaults except the red mail I bought for Son of Sun and nothing else. I'm not sure if any used Robo, although it had a Crisis arm somewhere.
Yeah, I know at least Koala ended up using Robo with the Crisis arm. No idea if Cthulhu did or not.
Ooh. But I mean, overall fun seed. Like I'm actually surprised the go mode was between the 3 fastest locations to check.
Yeah,
Usually,
it made for a really.
usually when I play
Uh,
Lost Words, I have to go either Geno or Mount of Woe to get the final piece.
yeah, it's interesting because Koala went Genodome and Cthulhu went Mount Woe. Um, so that did give them a couple extra levels, but at the end of the day, it didn't really help them much because Levels is just being a complete and total jerk.
I mean, if they checked the chest, might. I'm not sure if they got good equipment, but might have helped. But it was a fun seed and fun to use our boy, the frog, the ribbit.
Yeah, it was a really fun scene to watch and commentate, and I imagine Procky's probably just now laid down to take a nap because
No,
I mean,
I'm
it took it out
actually
of me too to commentate it.
I'm trying to take care of a few things in chat because unfortunately we don't have Raster Cecil available on voice, so I'm just trying to take care of some things in chat text wise. So yeah, that's all.
Okay,
I'm here.
okay, I wasn't watching. I apologize.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the commentary took it out of me too. I'm just woofed.
Me too, dude. Like that was so unexpected, I'd say. Like it's just it's a weekly race. It's a Lost World seed. No big deal. And then this. And
Yeah, this is just
I'm
like-
exhausted. And I didn't even race. Nor did you.
I know. I mean, like, how are our runners doing? Like, I don't know. I mean, like, we see Cthulhu still in his Levos third phase, so.
Oh, I better fix my
Magus.
stream here.
I just opened the stream. Holy, no Magus.
Yeah, both your party and Cthulhu's were different, because both Raster and Koala ran the same group, which was Robo, Ayla, Magus. You ran, I think it was
Frog, Ayla, and Magus. Except
and-
for both Nisbo fights, that since I didn't have Tailspin, I had to use Robo since it had Shock. So
yeah. And then like we have Cthulhu with an entirely different idea. Like he's really low on the magic front.
I mean, I had Frog. It is our boy,
Yeah,
our ribbit.
that's right.
Then I saw Ayla on the dome. I was like, okay, this is interesting. Who might be on Dactyl? And when I was hoping either Magus or Luca, not gonna lie. And wish was granted. I would rather be happier if it was Luca, so Blaze Kick, but
I think you were the
True.
only one who I saw really using Dropkick. No one has been using Dropkick this whole seed except you.
I mean, I had a sync that, I mean, I had fed Ayla with a lot of power tabs, and Dropkick was like doing an insane amount of damage.
Yeah, it's
And I
great.
figured out that would be more damaging using Dropkick than triple kick and whatever attack available was for Frog. The idea was okay, it's just Lavos decided not
Ah.
cooperating.
Lavos was bad today, but Still, everyone had a good time basically, except for Ansky was just way ahead. It's probably because he's the developer. We won't talk about that. He's
No.
he's a cheater.
Yeah.
Yeah, chat can figure that out. That was this is an amazing randomizer. But I mean, I'm pretty hoping that I'm gonna watch the VOD later, but I'm pretty sure we all got to Lavos around the same time. which
Yeah, there was a
could-
point where you were all fighting Lavos at the same time.
Oof.
Yeah.
It was
I
great.
mean, yeah. Through the VOD though, it was really weird because it was like Koala was leading for almost the entire thing, and then we got into Lavos, and Lavos just kind of ruined everything for everyone.
Yeah, it was kind of like Koala was really ahead the whole run, and then Ansky was Raster Cecil was a little behind, sort of. But then once they hit Lavos, it was like everything got equalized. And then they both died, and Kalarse was in number 1 spot for quite a while during that fight. And then, by the time you had to reset your fight, Cthulhu Crisis was already in Lavos as well. So it's like everyone caught up at Lavos. It's a nice way to see a seed end.
And really fun to play as well. Although I was hoping like one of the final pieces to be locked either on Geno or Woe, like having Clone, Dreamstone, and Pendant, and having to go to one of those spots. I even had the guide open to actually farm for equipment and practice for the one day playing Chrono Sanity.
Yeah.
But unsadly, it was a quick seed to get go mode, but oh. Not a fun team to run.
That's, I think, where things became punishing, for sure. It was the team.
Yeah, the just party composition is not what I would have gone with, but it was what it was.
I'm gonna just answer for Raster this one. One of the asyncs that was Lost Words, I had to go through Woe, and I pretty much farmed all the equipment on Mount of Woe, using the Chrono Sanity guy from Moon. So it was really helpful.
Yeah, I think the only runner we had go up to Mount Woe was Cthulhu.
Yeah, it sounds right. I mean, yeah, like we had Cthulhu go. Yeah.
There we
yeah,
go.
He's the only one who went not well, and
No, which
we're finished.
We've had a
Cthulhu.
very successful race. Cthulhu, join us, please.
Hello,
GG.
I have joined you,
Hello.
please.
Hi.
please.
GG, man. GG
Hi.
for sure.
GG.
I don't know about that. I
That seems to be the-
definitely did not notice I didn't have heals until I got there, or I definitely would have looked for them before I went in the first time, because I did a whole bunch of things in this seed to make sure that I was prepared, because I thought there was a good chance other people would get go mode before me, but I also thought there was a good chance that they wouldn't quite be prepared for it.
Yeah. I really enjoyed how you caught up in the end, because you took your time and you had more preparation. Like, we saw a lot of death. More death, I think, from other players than we saw from you.
Yeah, so I've been working on a new start for Lost Worlds this week that gets me a whole bunch of loot, and this is some of the worst loot I've ever gotten from it.
Yeah.
One game, I made 45,000 gold off the loot I got in the first 10 minutes. And that's like a lot in Lost Worlds. But I got a couple lapises right off the bat, but that was about the extent of what that got me. And then I have a rule: no Ocean Palace without Mount Woe, because I've found if I don't do Mount Woe, I am not ready for Lavos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of curious that you went up Mount Woe at all, because you were the only person who did, uh, and Koala was the only one who did something a little bit different by going through the Genodome. Well, doing the conveyor belt at Genodome, but Mount Woe I thought was uh, a questionable, if not uh, interesting choice.
Yeah, no, there's just so many tech points locked on Woe. I mean, if you do Woe as your second or third check in Lost Worlds, you will have almost all of your text for almost all of your characters. Like, you'll only be missing like 4 or 5 texts across your whole party if you do that and it goes well.
Yeah, that was
I
not the
de-
only thing I could think you were doing, was that you were grinding for tech.
yeah, and I also got sunshades up there.
Yeah, and you were
Which-
doing a good. Also, I commented on your skips were perfect, and you were actually taking down those rubbles quick enough. You know.
Yeah, I missed one, but I kind of expected that because I had garbage weapons for everybody.
Yeah.
Um,
Ayla was
I
your
did-
saving grace.
She was, and she got me a couple crits that I wouldn't have gotten the rebels otherwise. It's a questionable choice for sure, but it's one that I stand behind. That was not why I lost, I don't think. There were a few other things that I could have done quite a bit better.
Honestly, it came down to Lavos preparation, which no one's good at, in my opinion, because there's nothing you can do, because he's such a bastard.
Well, that I probably could have made it through my first time if I had remembered that Ayla had Kiss, because I would have moved the amulet to her, and then I would have had to wait out. Because once I got status effect, I just had to deal with it, and I didn't.
Yeah, and it was
didn't
rough.
even cross my mind to use Kiss.
And it was rough for everyone, yeah. And no one used Kiss. I don't think. And
I never saw it myself.
I didn't see it myself either. And
I
every-
didn't for sure.
I think everyone got stopped too. Everyone got a stop. So
No, I got poison and luck.
oh, you never got a stop.
No, I had 2 amulets and I had
Ooh.
a memory cap, the other one, but with status disabled.
Can we talk about the grinding spot dropping
Hyper ethers?
high tonics and hyper ethers?
Yeah, that was insane. It was that and the mage enemy with the 2 red scouts dropping power tabs that rolled +5.
Yeah, that was fine. I'm still not big on power tabs. I get how useful they are, but like I'm never gonna spend a bunch of time collecting them. That's just not my play style. But there were a few things I definitely should have done a little different. I think I made the right move going for revives before I went into Lavos the first time, but I should have realized I didn't have heals, because I think I easily would have made it through the first try with heals.
Yeah.
Because Dropkick was doing like 3.3k. Like, it's hard to lose with
Yeah.
that.
Dropkick we saw, I think, only from Cthulhu and Kalarse, I think, for the most
Yes.
part. We didn't see anyone else go for that strat, which it's great. I mean, it's like your highest damage possible with those characters that you were given. Right?
Yeah, I love Dropkick. I found how much I like Dropkick doing Legacy of Cyrus runs, where you have to do Magus and Frog and a bunch of other things. But with that, you always have Magus and Frog in your party, and I found Mar or Ayla are both really good third members. And Dropkick is just such good single target damage.
Yes.
I was really missing AoE. but I didn't really have a whole lot of choice for AoE unless I brought Magus.
Same. Everyone.
Did
Yeah.
everyone
had.
did everyone roll with the same party?
Well, no. We had small changes. Some used Frog, some didn't. That's basically how it went. So.
Okay.
In some parties, Frog was the healer, in some parties, Robo was the healer. But, yeah. It's difficult in a seed like that where you want to rely on Frog, but he doesn't actually have a very good weapon. You don't have the chance of finding the Grand Leon or the Hero Medal or anything like that. So
that's very true. And I knew that going into it. I was really going to rely on Dropkick. And when I got the first item, I think I got Dreamstone first. And when I got that, I was like, this is going to be a Lavos seed. And I hadn't practiced a whole lot of Lavos seeds in preparation. And so I was like, this is going to be a Lavos seed, and this is going to suck. But we'll make it work. And the run could have been a lot better. I definitely should have been quite a bit faster, because I had go mode at, I had go mode at 24 minutes, which is pretty quick. Yeah. But it wasn't the go mode I wanted, and it wasn't the go mode my team.
No one wanted it, and yeah, it's unfortunate. It forced everyone into a Lavos fight.
Yeah, it was an interesting seed, though. I'm definitely glad I ran.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun to watch and a lot of fun to commentate too.
I also should not have charged Pendant. I haven't been charging Pendant, but it was again one of those things where I was like, people are not prepared for Lavos. We're all most likely going to get Lavos, because the checks that had that go mode are most people's first 3 checks, or are in most people's first 3 checks. So I had a good feeling that I just needed to take my time and prepare. But it doesn't always work out. It was probably pretty close, though. I'm excited to watch the VOD.
Yeah, it's going to be a great playback for everyone, myself included, even though I wasn't racing, but every one of our racers, I think, are going to have a hoot looking at those VODs, because there were so many close moments. But I guess we have to, we got to bring things to a close here. So.
Oh, absolutely. Last thing I want to say is thank you for the rematch, Raster Cecil. And next time, I'm going to take him down with my new strats. So.
Woo! Woo!
And I was glad to race a couple new people that I hadn't participated in races with. I think I've raced Kalarse before, but I don't think I had raced Koala. So it's always cool to see new blood injected into Lost Worlds, and hopefully we get to see more. But thanks for doing the stream and all the work you guys did. So,
well, thank you for racing. Thank you for, thank everybody here, everyone, because you're all just beautiful people. So,
Yeah, this is definitely one for the ages. So I mean, so I should probably say, GG to the racers. Thank you, Crocky, for commentating with me. And I forget who's restreaming, but thank you, and thank our trackers and all of them. Thank you all.
Yep, echoing the sentiment. First time racing was fun. After doing one tracking, so it's always fun to be. Well, it was fun to be on this side for once.
Oh yeah, and thanks for playing Lost Worlds, because I know some people, they shy away from it, but I think it's a really fun way to engage with the randomizer, because it's a little simpler, and if you want a stepping in point, it's a good way to go.
The big thing I would say with Lost Worlds is it's not as much as a grind fest, or it doesn't have to be as much of a grind fest as a lot of people think it is. You actually have a lot of freedom because how limited you are at the start. You actually have a lot of freedom about what you can choose to do. So yeah, anybody that wants to play it, let me know. I've got a guide for it. I'll give you some more information. Get in touch with me.
Absolutely. That's Cthulhu
It's
Crisis.
really fun.
And I'm Procky. We have kalarse. Hit any of us up anytime. And TBG, thank you for commentating with me.
Well, thank you for having me, Procky.
Have a good night, everybody.
Everything.
Yeah, take it easy, you
And,
guys.
and
Have a good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever it is for you.
whatever time zone.